So I decided to vlog again today and bring you to my home. I move some of my craft stuff to the table here in the kitchen. I moved the table to the back window. And let me show you what I have. I have some rulers. I have some craft washi, my tape here. I have my journal. Today I'm planning to do my reading journal setup. You will see right here my new notebook and my bullet journal right there. This is my old reading journal, and this one is an elastic that I am going to hold my phone against my my little thingy here, which is useful. So let me bring you to my setup today and show you a little bit of my reading journal and how I work with my reading journal. I see that this video is very popular lately, but I've been reading and journaling about reading for a long time. This one is my latest one. And usually I don't reach 100 books because I work full time. But last year, between audiobooks and reading, I managed to read about 81 books. So let me show you what I do. I just write what is the title of book that I read. I decorate some of my pages. And what else I do? I write down and practice handwriting, taking note of my most beloved fragments of the book. And most of the time I take a chapter and I start writing a part that is very interesting about it, or I write quotes. You will see I am going to do a quick flip through before I do my setup. My plan right now is to continue with the same format. I don't follow any pattern or any suggestion or any good read, whatever it is, the trend. What I do, let me see if I can increase the size so you can see a little bit more the two pages at the same time. So right here, I like to have a notebook for reading journal purposes. Alone, this was my 2021. It was a very prosperous year, but usually I have my reading journal lasts for 2 years or more sometimes. So what I have here is my intro page. I was planning to use this journal for Bujo, but then it ended up being used for reading. So I set it up like a bullet journal with all my information right there. I had some goals, my calendar. This was 2021. And then I had my goal setting, same way, affirmations, and the year of the Phoenix, which was my year. And then it became my reading journal. So all these are the books that I read. Last year, as you saw, I drew 3 more books that I didn't end up reading because I finished them this year, so I didn't take note of the names. And I am going to do the same thing for my new journal right now, which is an introductory page, a little quick introduction, and my little library. I like this setup. I like the little library. I am very visual, and I like that too. I started my reading journal with a sonnet from Shakespeare. This was a year full of poetry reading, and I loved it. I did this. I'm going to show you some of the books I read. Not all of them are here, but I took from the library lots of books. All these books you see here, I read. This was the beginning of the year, and I started with romance, and then I went in a roller coaster of very, very nice, easy reading, historical romance by Julia Quinn. I finished all the books one after the other one. I couldn't stop reading. Then I started with Lucy Montgomery. My idea was reading only women's this year, but yeah, I ended up reading other authors as well. I only was able to read Anne of Green Gable again. I finished reading Anne of Avonlea, and I started reading Anne of the Island. I'm planning to finish reading this book this year. Then I read plenty of the books by Florencia Bonelli. I read this full trilogy, La Trilogía del Perdón. I read Bodas de Odio. I read Marlene. And then the other ones, I'm still wondering when I will be able to read. Again, historical novels, lots of romance and drama. So in July, I took the time, and between June, July, and August, I read all Jane Austen novels, all of them. And I covered them all because it was the first time rereading these novels in English. I read them in Spanish before, and now was my time to read these. I read Jane Eyre. I read some of the Sherlock Holmes stories, and then all these books, I read The Secret Garden. My idea was to read all of them. I finished reading Wuthering Heights in January this year. Sorry, I was out of frame. And my idea was to reread all these classics. Little Women still on the making. I didn't reread because I read it before. I didn't read this story yet. I'm planning to do it this year. About Harry Potter, once again, I saw all the movies. My plan was to read all the books. I finished reading the first 3. Now I am in the Order of Phoenix, almost finishing that one. Thank God. I love the story. I'm planning to continue reading this series in my new year. This one I couldn't buy it. It's an Argentinian author. I was planning to read this book, but then I couldn't find it here in Canada. So here we go. The Little Prince I read. So sad, but such a classic, beautiful story. I had the beautiful books of this author, Rupi Kaur. She's a poet from Canada. I read the first 2 books. I'm planning to get this book this year and finish reading that one. Shakespeare, once again, sonnets. I finished reading, and the rest on the making. And here are some of the books that I read. I was planning to read self-improvement books also, but then I read other books. You will see after which are the books that I read. Then I started handwriting. So this is my handwriting practice. You will see that it's very decorative, and my pages are a mix of scrapbook paper, stickers, and handwriting. I read, and I took the liberty to rewrite some of my sister's poems in a different book that I posted in Instagram. I will probably do a series of that later. Let me know if you're interested. I read Amanda Gorman. I wanted to actually do a page for her because it was her year. 2021 was her year. And here is The Hills We Climb by Amanda Gorman. Then I started with Jane Austen, Extravaganza, Anne of Green Gables. I kind of took these cutouts from a magazine about book clubs, and I continue with my Jane Austen. This is the book, one of the self-improvement books I read. Let me show you the page. Then I had practice with ink, exploration, and again, scrapbooking style. Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Green Gables, Victor Hugo. I also read many poems of Victor Hugo. Ursula Le Guin, this is one of the books that I want to read. The Left Hand of Darkness, this year is the year. J.R.R. Tolkien, this is my favorite trilogy of all times. Lord of the Rings, I read it again. Shadow and Bone trilogy and Six of Crows trilogy, I reread. I continue Julia Quinn, Crazy Rich Asians, all these books I reread. I read for the first time. Lee Bardugo. Here they are, Lord of the Rings. All reread again in English. I read it in Spanish before. So some of the fragments are here. Let me show you really quick because these pages are kind of similar, all of them, with lots of handwriting. And I use fountain pens. I love fountain pens. You will see later in the video. I am going to be using fountain pens for my new setup. I just want to decorate my new reading journal. Here they are. All the pages I did. Now, this is a special edition. This is one of my pen pals. He writes poems and I write them here in my reading journal because it's the best place to write literature and poetry. Cathedral was the first poem he sent, and then he sent October, which was fantastic because in November I read poems. More Jane Austen. All of the magazines that I read from Jane Austen in July. It was a very prosperous month. I was on vacation and I read a lot. I have other authors from Uruguay, from Argentina. What else do I have? At the end, I kind of combine ink journaling and literature, so I use the opportunity to read books that are related to my ink journal practice also. Here is October by Jack Wansenstein. I don't know if I'm pronouncing well the last name. Jack, I love your writing. Pablo Neruda, of course. Poem 20. Mario Benedetti. French literature. I started reading in French this year, first time. Hébert. I have other authors. Victor Hugo, of course, in French. Voltaire. Cyrano de Bergerac. Marceline Desbordes. Again, Victor Hugo. La Rochefoucauld. More French and more English. Pablo Coelho. Then I started the last pages because this is already January, you will see. January. I didn't want to leave all these pages empty, so I decided to focus on Pen and Ink Challenge by Jaffa Brand people. They have a page in Instagram. And this is my ink journal writer's edition, week 1 of January. And then some of the week 2, right here. These were artists. And some of the week 3 also, right here. All stickers are here. I have this page left I'm planning to use. I have this one left also. You will see. I use all the pages. I use them all. I don't want to leave anything behind. You will see here, I put a sticky there. I do pen test and I have some friends writing on it. And then again, that's it for the end of this notebook. Sorry, it's taking longer. I don't plan to edit this video, so stay patient. I am going to start the next segment really soon. So moving on to what I have in mind for this journal. I have in mind to continue doing what I'm doing, but I want to actually do my first pages setup. Let me move this on the side, and before I do this, I want to turn on the candles. I want to do the whole deal because this is how I journal in a quiet space. Sorry the noise. My little candle here. I have another candle with smell. This one is from Au Naturel. It's a Vaudreuil setup company. It's actually from Saint-Lazare, my city. I support smaller businesses. I love this candle smell. This is Framboise et Limonade, raspberry lemonade. Let me turn it on. Sorry. There she is. Oh, it's off. Sorry, I just need to turn it on. You will see I don't edit my videos. I am not a YouTuber. I am just uploading my videos because I want to share my setup right here. Ooh, this one is a big light. All right, moving on. Let me move my candle setup closer because I want to have as much light as possible. Aside from the natural light, which is not good because of the storm. And let me show you what I have. I have some washi tapes right here. I have, these are my rulers. These ones are kind of a hair pins that I'm going to use to put my pages out. And I have my scissors. You will see these are kind of a cute scissors that I received as gifts. Oops, sorry, I was moving the camera out of the place. And I have here all my scrapbooking supplies that I am planning to use today. So starting with some reading material. Right here I have some cutouts from magazines that I'm planning to use with books. This little box contains newspaper and magazine cutouts that I have. So let's put this aside and bring this box away. This was my calligraphy set, but I am using this box for cutouts. This is also something that I want to add. I have some writing cutouts right here that I want to add, and books. Maybe I will keep this one here. I want to put knowledge here, and wisdom, of course, and leave the rest on the side. Right here I have some stickers that my pen pal has sent. I want to use this beautiful tea setup that Deb sent me. And these flowers, why not? Let's keep them right here and open on display to use. Last but not least, I have a beautiful kind of a people and vintage faces and bodies and paper. This one you will see here. I have some cutouts from magazines with authors, and maybe if I find the author right here or books or something, I will use it. I put it in this little pouch because it looks genius and I keep them organized. So, putting this away. This was my checklist for today. Kitchen setup because of the light, bring craft supply, film, reading journal, and upload. This is what I need to do. Next. This is my 2022 pouch. Well, it's not a pouch, it's a leather cover. And I have inside my bujo that I just removed from the elastic so it is easy to move the cover away. This cover is a vintage cover that says television. It belonged to a person. I got this in a garage sale. I am very, very keen on sustainability and reusing and re-loving things that other people want to throw away. So here is honoring all my leather. All of the things I have are secondhand, except for the notebooks that I buy new, of course, because I use them. So this is my bullet journal. I actually did the flip through. I am in this week. This is today. Again, a little quick check on the things that I need to do. Let's close that one. This is not for today. And this is my empty book. This was given to me by Tony, an Instagram friend. She sent me lots of ink samples and this beautiful Clairefontaine notebook. And I want to use it for my reading journal. What do you think? It's like a soft cover. It will be perfect to put in both notebooks in the cover and have them both here. So, starting with that, I am going to move my ribbon away and see if I can hold this page right here. And here, maybe I actually need something heavier to keep the page down. Yeah, this one is light. Maybe a paper holder. There she is. All right, for now it works. This one is a pen rest. And maybe this one. Okay, this one works, I think, much better. All right, let me first show you the big setup and some of the cutouts that I have here. All right, let's open my first page. So I have kind of a key. I don't do key here, so I'm planning to decorate this part. I am going to add something that I had in my previous journal right there, which is some important information. You will see here that I am going to add that right away. I just need to cut a little bit of the borders in order to fit right there. Let's see if I can cut out half of that. I don't want to show you what it has behind because it is personal information, but you see there was washi tape there. There you go. Okay, so far so good. First piece of information right there, super important to have. Second one is going to be also personal information, really quick. I actually show it to you. There she is. Let me cut this a little thinner than the other one. Perfect. 1 and 2 set up right there. And what about stickers or washi? Oops, there she is. Okay, I am planning to do, maybe if I can have more books. I don't know if I have some of the reading books somewhere. Let me leave you right here for a moment. All right, I had to go to my craft room to get this little box. And I have more stickers, and I have some cutouts that I printed nicely for writing. So let me move those here. And that's what I have. All right. Very nice. Let me see if I have some more cutouts somewhere. I don't remember where I put them now. All right, there she is. So, moving on to the first decoration that I need to put. And this one will be my Prenez un livre right here. It's a cutout of the magazine, so I will be using this one. You will see that will go there. Simple yet efficient. And I want to do this one right here. What do you think? I think it looks good. But before, I want to set up a little top, like name or something right there, including some of this. Perfect. All right, so this one is a kind of a modern approach of books. This one will be vintage. And then I need something maybe older than that, which is one of these photographs. Maybe I have this one. Yeah, I think this one will be okay. Yeah. And this one I will need to cut. Yeah. Let's get the gorgeous scissor, the new one. This new one is fantastic. My husband gave it to me. I love it. So perfect. More over here. And let's start pasting some of this on the page. I don't know which side. Let's see the back. Perfect. There you go. Last but not least, fantastic. Perfect. All right, time to write something over there. I actually don't like the idea to have vintage books written there, so I will probably cover it with another thing that I forgot from the crafts room. So just give me a moment. Super unprofessional. So this is a vintage label maker, and just let me do dots. So I can pull this one away a little bit. There you are. And let's write my handle, my Instagram handle, right there. Kari. There you are. Perfect. So the cutter doesn't work very well. I tried it before, and unfortunately, oh, there she is. Cut. Perfect.